And here we go. We are off on an adventure. And I thought I would take you guys along for the ride. So stick around. Well, hello again, Internet. Welcome back to the channel. Yep, I'm out on an adventure. And I'll tell you what the adventure is. I'm gonna see about using this e-bike to help me lose some weight. Where did this come from? Well, I got that. I did a couple of them different camera mounts and stuff like that. And as I was looking at them videos, I was, my goodness, my gut's getting big. It was never like that when I was out back here riding horses all the time. Of course, holidays didn't help matters at all either. So I decided, you know, it's time to lose some weight. I went in there and I stepped on the scale and I almost shot this whole plan right in the tail because the scale said low. And I said, well, I guess I don't need to lose no weight. It's already low. I went out and told Michelle that. She said, well, that's because the battery is low, dummy. So when I put that new battery into it, yeek, 220. So my goal is to get down to 195. That's going to be down. I think that's a pretty good weight. It was always a good weight when I cowboyed. And let's get this thing going straight here. That was always a good weight at those times. And so, oh good. Oh no, they're picking up a dumpster. Richard, I think he was asking why they're using these. And I think they're just renting the space out to a company here, is what they're doing, because I never see them putting anything into them. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh boy, the swamp's almost a pond right now. Boy, is that up high. Yeah, we're looking at some more rain coming in tomorrow. But maybe. How's it going? Where was I at there? Yeah, maybe that's not going to be quite low enough. Maybe I'll have to go a little lower than that. But I'm going to see what happens when, if I can get it to there. And so, but I'm going to take you guys along on this journey, see what we do. So what is my plan? Well, first and foremost, I am going to be trying to make sure I bike minimum 10 to 20 miles 5 times per week. I always did the weekends, so I always got in a couple of rides, anywhere from typically 15 to 30 miles. But I'm going to make sure I get in my 3 rides through the week. Now, I am going to, as you can hear my breathing, try to keep the pedal assist down very low. We're coming uphill right now. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm trying to keep this thing on 0. It's not happening completely. Well, when I say 0, I don't mean 0 pedal assist. I mean 0 watts being used, where the motor just cuts out and doesn't get used. So we're going to try and keep that going. I want to make my main meal of the day breakfast, and then have a decent sized lunch and then a very small dinner. I think that's going to help me with the sleep situation quite a bit. And so that might be a plus as well, because as you know, I don't really sleep all that much. 2 rabbit holes I'm going to go down. First rabbit hole is going to be the back. You know, I did that, the extra on the back brace. And I've mentioned before, I have a lot of problems with my back. And hello, puppy. Hello, puppy. Well, we solved a lot of that issue. And what helped to really solve it was COVID. Because, well, over the Thanksgiving holiday, I wasn't sleeping in our own bed. We had just purchased a brand new bed, and everybody tells you a hard mattress is good for your back. Yeah, I don't think it was so good for mine. So, but we didn't sleep on that bed while we were on vacation. And then when I got COVID, I stayed out on the couch hoping Michelle, I wouldn't give it to her. That didn't pan out anyway. But my back quit hurting completely. And it was really pretty debilitating, as bad as it was hurting. So that ended up getting fixed. And we thought, okay, it's the bed. And I'm sorry about the sniffling, but it is cold out here today, and that cold air going up your nose never does real good. But so we solved that issue. We bought a Sleep Number bed and gave the brand new king to my daughter and son-in-law. And they called me back the next day and said, yeah, we're going to get some toppers for it because it's a little too hard for us as well. So, all right, let me check my camera setting here real quick. No, I think we're good. I believe we're good. Now, I think what I'm going to do here is drop down onto the road as soon as this next car comes by. Here is, of course, I'm going downhill here. But this is the kind of place that we're going to be using some batteries on these faster roads here. But my back issues have seemed to have waned off pretty well. How you doing today? I'm better than I deserve, thanks. All right. Might have to go down to a 42 tooth sprocket to get this thing where it's easier to pedal. But anyway, we bought a Sleep Number bed, and that seems to have fixed that up quite a lot. So that's working out good. But I still don't sleep real well at night. And then what was the other rabbit hole that we got? Oh, Michelle has been talking to the National Park Service about the permits. And we're waiting for some calls to come back to us on that. And get some more information, well, not only for y'all, but for us as well about that. Because the Park Service, the people that she talked to, they could not answer questions. So they got somebody higher up going to get up with us. So that's going to be on an upcoming video. Most of these, the weight loss journey may end up going into the extras. I don't know right now. Or I might just mention along the videos where we're at on that journey. But I'd like to know from some of you other guys, I know there's some out there that have used their e-bikes to get healthier. First one that comes to mind is Papa Blue Shirt. He absolutely changed his entire life because of riding. And I'm not ready to go where he does yet. I don't know if he's still working or not, but he's riding about 100 miles a day, close to it. And so I'm not ready to get there yet, but I know that changed his life. And so I'm looking for it to kind of help mine out a little bit as well. And so I'm gonna check out for now, and I'll check back in with you. Where are we at here? We've only went a little over 2 miles so far. So we just started, but this is a 13-mile trip that we're on. So I'll get back up with you down the road just a little bit. So stay tuned. Now these are the type of neighborhoods that are nice to ride through. You don't have to go too fast because it is cold out. But I'll tell you, I've been almost 7 miles. Almost 7 miles, and the battery's still reading 100%. I did see it go over 400 watts that I was using at one spot where I've got the sound turned down on my Komoot here, and I looked down at the last second and we were actually going to be making a turn at a spot, and so I was up in about 7th gear. Wasn't really even using anything, but boy, when I slowed way down and started pulling back out in 7th gear, it went up to about 400 watts that was being used. But other than that, it hasn't been being used a whole lot, and I'm doing a lot of standing up. Like I said, going up the hills, I will go ahead and, let the electric take over a little bit and help me. But on the flat, I'm trying to leave it. Yeah, there we go. We went up to 100, then down to 20. We're back down at 0. But I can tell you, I feel my legs. When I've said I do this. You heard me say it before, that I ride to get the exercise, but until you're consciously really trying to keep that thing completely at a 0. I've been just kind of keeping that kind of like my rear view mirror. You just sort of know what's going on with it. But this ride, I'm really concentrating on it. And I'm gonna tell you, I can feel it in my legs. I can feel it in my legs. We're not using anything of the battery. Like I say, when we start up a hill, we're kind of using some, but let's face it, this is not a road bike either. So, but like I said, we're at 7 miles out, and we've got a little over 6 miles to go. And what I'll do is I'll check back in with you when we get to the end. Well, we're almost back. We're 11.5 miles on our 13 miles. It's gonna start telling me I'm off route, because we come back out this way, and I just had to cut through the field rather than taking the gravel road. But reason I checked in, and we're gonna check in when we get all the way back. A little on the muddy side down here. To give you all the, basically the complete specs. And I'm gonna keep them as well, because I wanna see how it goes. Because I'm here to tell you, we've been, it's telling me I'm off route, but I've got it turned way down. So we've been right at 11.7 miles right now. And how'd that get way up there? I promise it wasn't me, because we're still at 100%. But I got to tell you, this was a little harder than what I thought it was. It was more of a workout than what I thought. It's definitely working my lungs a little bit and working my legs quite a little too. So this will be good. This will be good because guess what? I enjoyed it. If I went to the gym to work my legs and work my lungs, cardio, I wouldn't enjoy it, and so I wouldn't stick with it. This, hopefully, I'll stick with it. If we had more off-road closer, I know I would stick with this. I really get a good workout on that, but we don't have as much of that close by. So, and I'm talking the real good type off-road stuff, because technically I'm off-road now. But yeah, it was definitely an eye-opener at how difficult this was. I'm going to say this much about this. excuse me, is I have always ridden with that in mind. That's one of the reasons I like this light bike, you know, keeping that thing down at 0. But I'm going to tell you, when you're concentrating strictly on that, that was a lot more difficult than what I thought it was going to be. I can tell you that much. And so, yeah. All right, we're going to get back in where it gets warm, and I'll go ahead and take a look and let you know what all the specs were. And yeah, we'll see how this journey works out. Now, if you guys got some other ideas for this, hey, let me know. Put it in the comments down here, because I would be interested in any ideas, you know. But that's my idea, and I want to recap it real quick. My largest meal of the day is going to be breakfast. Second is going to be lunch. Dinner is going to be very light. I think that's less for the weight loss and more for the fact that I don't sleep very well at night. I think that might help that out a little bit, especially now that I've got a comfortable bed to sleep in. You'd have no idea how bad I want to just try and pop a few wheelies. That's another one of my goals this year. I'd like to be able to ride the wheelies, maybe 10, 15 yards. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. When I ride with Michelle, yeah. Quit that lane, quit that lane. But that's what my, you know, I'm going to try on the eating habits. No, I'm not going to try and eat different things than what I do, because honestly, I don't eat terrible as it stands. It could be better, but it's not terrible. And then we're going to try and do the cycling. Like I said, a minimum 5 times a week. 2 of them times are probably going to be on the weekends. And then I'm going to try and get in 3 rides through the week. And we'll kind of see how that goes. And, you know, I know we're going to get interrupted in February, I'm sure, to one degree or another when I go in for my treatments. But we'll do the best we can with that. And yeah, that's what I'm trying. Use less and less of this motor and more of my legs, and get me some exercise while I'm at it. So maybe I'll get back in the shape I was in when I was out there cowboying for a living, because I was in pretty good shape then. So, all right. Well, hey, we're just going to jump right back over to the house. Okay, what I've done is I've signed into my Komoot here, and so we're going to go ahead and pull up as a completed tour. The name of that is the Home 13 Miler, and I just classify these as gravel rides. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at it and see what we've done here. And we went 13.2 miles. Average speed was 12.1 miles an hour. I'm kind of a little surprised at that. I did not think I was going to average that fast. We was 1 hour and 6 minutes of moving time and 1 hour and 10 minutes total time. Yeah, that was actually, that's pretty good. 4 minutes wasted, 425 or 450 feet uphill, 425 feet downhill. I'm not sure how that ended up happening, because I started and stopped at the same place. But this is just our elevation right here, and this is our speed profile that we ran. We did a maximum. It looks like it spiked right here at, I don't know if I could make that a little larger or what. Let's see if we can do that. We can do that. And we spiked up to, 24 miles an hour. Well, that was on a downhill section somewhere. And if we expand this out, this was the route that we took right here. So that's actually a segment right in there. We'll clear that section out of there. But that's the route that we took. And yeah, we're just going to keep doing this, and we're going to try and keep it with using less and less of the battery on this, and more of our legs trying to pump this. And like I said, we're going to just try and get some good exercise with it. And yeah, I always say that's what I want to use it for, but I'm going to put some real concerted effort into using it exclusively for that on some of these rides and still enjoying them. So
that's going to wrap it up from right here in North Kakalaki. Hey, this Southern E-Biking telling you stay safe, God bless, and keep the wheels rolling. Once again, we're out.